Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab
and close the door. A very good afternoon to all of you. Entab welcomes you all to CampusCare EdTalks. Thank you all for joining us. It is said that there is no health without mental health, but it remains the most ignored health concern. It is now high time that we keep ourselves aware on mental health issues. For this, we have with us today Ms. Prachi Grover, ma'am, Chairperson Vidya Bharati School, New Delhi. She will be speaking on the topic Students' Mental Health Issues and Challenges. Welcome to EdTalks, ma'am. Over to you now.
A very good afternoon, everyone. Actually, since it's on YouTube, I can't just wish you, Namisha. It is actually indeed a privilege, pleasure and privilege to be part of this initiative by NTAB. And I thank you, Namisha, for consistently following me up to be here today because I know how many calls you've made. So I thank you for that. And I would also like to thank all my colleagues who have inspired me to a certain extent to be able to speak on this topic today. With the COVID-19 pandemic, it has fueled anxiety levels, causing such a ripple effect with our children. They have been staying locked indoors, and now that the lockdown is gradually being lifted. The schools are planning to open, and it is at this juncture, it is paramount to carefully chart out a strategy to move children seamlessly into traditional classroom structures that we had before, from a virtual one, which we have been following for some time now. And a special emphasis has to be given on emotional as well as mental well being of the children that are coming back into school. The entire world, not just India, is navigating through this uncharted territory. The children have not only been witness to uncertainty, fear, parental anxiety, but possibly suffered the same themselves. Hence, the situation needs a very rational and utilitarian consideration from educators like ourselves. Children have seen so much more in the households now than they possibly saw before. Parents, together with the children, have been holed up between these four walls. That it is indeed, I don't think parents have spent or children have spent as much time with parents as they have possibly spent before, which is a good thing as well as a bad thing because children haven't actually had any social interaction except those with their siblings or those with their parents. So their interaction has been very restricted to a certain extent. The schools around the country, as you would agree with your support from NTAB, have risen to the challenge and introduced virtual learning to not just for academic support, but bring in structure to children as well, a sense of normal behavior to these times. The importance of these virtual learning programs that schools have introduced cannot be discounted at these times. I know a lot of governments saying that virtual learning is not good enough, but in effect, we are giving children some kind of structure, a way wherein they can interact with their classmates, with their teachers, people who are outside of their household, and that interaction is very important. But after all, humans are social animals. So it is of paramount importance that these virtual learning programs continue, not just all over the world, as you can see. The programs that most schools have introduced virtual learning programs not just to work on academics, they work on activity based programs. We have yoga, we have various exercises, we have detectives, spy kids kind of programs running in our schools to encourage a little bit of movement from on screen to off screen as well, activities that come back off screen. So we have blended both off screen as well as on screen activities to facilitate a regular interaction between parents as well, parents, students, teachers together. With one on this unlock announcement that's coming through, the schools are gearing up to start normal working with certain standard operating procedures, SOPs, as you say, to ensure safety of our students as well as our staff. Though there is nothing normal, you can't say what we're going through at normal from any point of view. It's the new norm,
Yes, ma'am.
where we will learn to live with the pandemic. It is a new norm where everyone will have to outstretch themselves to feel normal. We need to make a conscious mental decision that this is the new normal and this is normal in that capacity. The new norm, which seems crucial to adults, may seem abnormal, out of the ordinary, and in terms, at times obligatory to children. We are enforcing these children to wear masks, to wear, sanitize, to keep distance from their friends, from people that are not essentially part of their household structure. So this is not normal for a child. This is very abnormal. After summer vacations, we see all these children coming through, and I can tell you for 2 days, the discipline is a major issue because children are reconnecting with their classmates, with other sections, with other elder children, the younger children. Everyone is reconnecting. and that reconnection as it was before cannot happen anymore. That rule of social distancing, the mask, those things will which seem need to happen from a school's perspective, from a parent's perspective, from a government's perspective. A child may think, why should we do that? What's the benefit of it? Children's understanding has to be geared up. Hence, as educators, we have to understand when children return back to this real-time space, real-time education in the classrooms, though with these SOPs in place where we are protecting the children and the staff, they should be made comfortable. They should be made confident to talk to their teachers, talk to their classmates. This socio-economic need of a child to connect with each other should be given priority. Academics can happen, but the priority has to be that children reconnect with their classmates, with their teachers, and there's a conversation happening. We are not rushing back into academics as if we've lost 5 months of not teaching. Now let's make sure the entire chapter has to be finished, entire book has to be finished, so that children can perform excellent in their exams. It is very strong belief of mine that it is better to have a degree of sanity than actual physical university degree, because with mental sanity you can accomplish a lot more. You can adverse situations do not affect you as much. You try to overcome them. But if we have a degree without any mental sanity, then we are going to struggle. Those adversities are going to affect us more. It would affect us in the way that we cannot function normally, we cannot work normally. This virtual learning platforms that schools have adopted, it's nothing normal for teachers. They have had to learn from scratch. Teachers can be 25, wherein this virtual elements of learning are something that they're born with. I say that I am technology migrant. I'm a virtual learning migrant because it's not something that I've grown up with. While my children, a lot of them have grown up with that. So they are, they're native to this technology ideology that virtual learning is pretty normal for them. For me, I have had to learn how to present myself, how to have, a decent background, and so on and so forth. So these are very normal to the children because they've been drummed into the fact, please make sure it's a clean background, you're not lying down, you're sitting on a chair, it's so much distance from you. They have learned it from the age of, we are teaching some children who are 6-year-olds. So they're learning it. It's normal to them to a certain extent, which is so not normal to me talking to someone, over this. I told you, Namisha, I would prefer to come down and talk to you and do this virtual thing. I think
Yes,
2-3
ma'am.
times already, didn't I? So you can see how abnormal this conversation, one-sided conversation is to me to a lot of
Definitely.
extent. So, as I said, we have to reinforce this social relationships, social structures back to the children. Respect has to be reintroduced for not just themselves, their teachers, their students, their co-counterparts. Hence, this new normal, which sanitization, distance, has to be presented to our children so that they accede to it, they agree to it, not as mandate, not as disciplinary procedures that have to be done, but as something that is very normal in this new scenario. This is a new lifestyle. In terms of the common phrase we use is hand holding the child. You can't hand hold the child anymore, but you literally need to hand hold the child with regular counseling, considerate hearing, compassionate handling of children. And these children have been, as I said, I keep saying, have been limited to these four corners of their houses since 24th March, probably before that, because schools closed before that. So it is the call of the hour so that schools will play an extremely major role in reinstating these social relationships, reinstating mental health, re-establishing the normal for these children, because that's where they would interact. I don't think children will be going to cinemas anymore. Children will be going to market anymore. It will be school which will be the first step out for the children. For a lot of children in Delhi, at least, I'm sure about. School is probably the first place which will be the outside outing of theirs. So we need to treat that outing to that extent. During the quarantine period, as I said before, children have gone through a lot of anxiety themselves. They have remained indoors. They are likely to be irritable. They're likely to be anxious. This is, there is a fear psychosis. We have think if we go outside, we'll get corona. My child says to Mama, don't go outside, we'll get corona. So that fear psychosis has to be identified with children. And we need to tell them, school is safe environment for you, physically, mentally, both. So we need to make parents also think that this is okay, that the schools are established procedures wherein we will look after your children. These aspects of irritability, anxiousness need to be very carefully looked into and carefully planned. A lot of schools have developed these standing procedures. A lot of videos have been put forth where schools are showing parents that, look, we are ready to have children back only if and when it is safe for the children to come back to us. That environment also, that's physical, having a limited number of children in the class, having sanitizing it regularly, practicing safe. This is physical element of being ready to this, ready to for children to come back to the school. But we have to make the environment very conducive for their mental well-being, their emotional well-being as well. Initially, it is my belief for children to feel normal, we need to communicate. There has to be a two-way communication. Children has to feel comfortable with the teacher, with the classmates, because we are going to have a lot of mental health issues. There is no doubt in my mind a child who has been cooped up into a four corners of the wall or maybe a garden will have those issues. They will not know how to behave in society. So, and school is the first major society a child is introduced into. So we will need to, get some children out of the shell. A lot less communication, conversations have happened because, after a while, what do you talk about? Only COVID-19. There is no news to talk about also. There are no headlines that say COVID-19, whether in India, Delhi, Maharashtra, America, everywhere, Italy, you name it. That's all headlines I've read, heard through. So there's no new conversation. So we will need to introduce conversation topics for children to be able to handle talking to each other, because that's alien to them. Nursery children will not know what communication as it is when we receive them when they're three and a half. We teach them. So this is a bigger hill for schools to climb now to address that need. The focus, as I said, should be again reaffirming a sense of bonding between the classmates, their class teacher, and then after we have reinforced those basic tenets, we need to have classroom agreements enforced within the classroom, discipline, respect, and so on and so forth. That communication is first point of time to ensure that the mental health of children is as it should be. It's also important to look out for unexplained behavior with children. The classroom environment in itself should be such that children are happy there. I'm sure we've read a lot about color therapy, about various techniques where we can better the environment of the class. So we should work on color therapy. We should use various means where children feel happy to vocalize their feelings, the decor, explore the tenets, as I said, of color therapy, and bring forth positivity at all times. If there is additional any concern that as a teacher, as a school that we manage, we need to explore talking to the parents. It is necessitated that school counselors should talk to the parents. There may be cases of bereavement where families, children have noticed losses in their family, how it has affected them. That needs to be worked on, and that again school has to form that other than your household, because that is their family, 4 people, 5 people. Now the school is also an extended family. We need to let the child know that you're safe, you're cared for, you're loved at your school. And it is very crucial to not let the child feel alone in the loss that he is. As a country, as a city, as a school, we have had losses. Families, their parents have died. We need to support them. So that support that the school will give to the family will, make the child more comfortable with who he is and who he is to become. He doesn't feel lonely, alone, that he cannot talk to anyone going forward. This is the time that teachers have to realize that all three questions, emotional, intelligence, and adversity, have to be managed. The science of resilience, AQ, will prepare our students to face adversities in life in a balanced way. We're all going to go through ups and downs in life. But it's how we are during the downs that have defined how we enjoy our ups also. The importance of parents, as I said, cannot be discounted. They should be involved. There have to be interactive discussions, seminars, regular virtual PTMs, not physical PTMs, and one-on sessions with our teachers, with parents, with counselors, with special educators, which would benefit the children in the long run. At the end of the day, everything that as a school we do is for the child, for the student. So that has to be reinforced for the child and for the parent as well, because we've had a lot of negative publicity, during recent times. So that has affected parents and children as well. There has been I think everyone knows the fee collection is so low and so forth. I will not go too much into it. We must also remember the children have faced a lot loss of routine, playtime, friendships, freedom, can't go out at such a young age, and they must have retracted into their shells. So we need to bring them off from these shells. There has to be efforts to reintroduce co-curricular activities, project-based learning, so that we build up these teams. These projects are team-based, so they are interactions again. And as I said, Nanisha, before, the initial phase of schooling will focus on activities involving collaborations, playway methods, to open these opportunities to strengthen friendships and peer group interactions. So that's my two bit, Manisha. Hope I did bring forth some of the things that we would be doing as a school when we
Yes,
reopen.
ma'am, definitely. Ma'am, I have few questions for you.
Mhm.
So with this pandemic, a lot is changing around us. So the
Yeah.
society as a large has started to see many things with the change perspective. So as we are here to speak about education, students, health with and related issues. So ma'am, in this context of future of education, what do you see? How do you see these things?
Things are going to change. We have to accept that, we will have to change. We'll have to learn
Definitely.
new skills. One of the first skills that we all learn is, virtual. Everything is so much virtual. A lot of companies, a lot of organizations have found that they have more productivity through these manners. So new skills have to be learned, and as an institution where we educate, that would be the first place where things will go for. So that's what I think.
Ma'am, as we all know that mental well-being is an issue that has come up quite often in these past 3 months. So, what do you think about social and emotional learning, emotional quotient, mental health, and how important they should be in schools' academic curriculum?
Mental health is as important as academics. You cannot have a full-fledged human being. We look after your child for 7 hours a day. More we have more alive interactions with the child than probably parents did prior to this lockdown. So if you think more active hours a child would spend in the classroom, so it is our role to have a very very well-rounded child go out of the school. So mental health is very important. Emotional questions, how the child would interact, how team works, how you I'm sure in any given situation there are two, three, four people. We work in teams now. There's no one whirling, sole person working. Even a kirani ki dukan will have four people. If I cannot understand what is motivating another person, what is motivating his actions and reactions, I cannot function either as a leader or either as an employee. So there
Yeah.
is no functioning without learning emotional questions. You have to, be able to address it. People who are able to do that are better leaders. People, you may be very good academically, but you may
Definitely.
not be a good leader because you don't have any sense of EQ. So it is extremely important that when we get the child out of the school, when they graduate from the school, they have learned that. And that is what peer group learning is. That is what flipped classroom is. That is exactly what project-based learning is. So these are all part of being able to negotiate your way through that small structure of a school to go outside in the world, and those practices are reinforced outside. So it's extremely, extremely important.
So, ma'am, how can the parents and schools, empower children to deal with this thing and guide them when students deal with a lot of dilemma? So, how can we guide them?
As I've already discussed that quite at length. That parents are one of the major stakeholders together with
Yeah.
students in any school.
Yes, ma'am.
And school can only function if our parents form and are an active part of a community. I can teach the child for 7 hours, but unless and until I have a contribution from my parent in the child's development, the child cannot be a successful being. Individually, when the child is 3 years old, extreme interest from the parent is required. Maybe not so much at 8th, 9th, again at 10th and 12th. Those interests of parents, if a child, we notice the difference where the parent has interest in the growth of the child. It may not be academic, but in terms of how balanced the child is in the classroom interactions, it's very clearly visible how much the parents are interacting with their own child. Because nowadays, in this day of phones and technology, more so now, a lot of parents in parental interaction has finished. Earlier, we had, we didn't have nuclear families; we had joint families, so there was a lot more interaction, lot more dadi, nani, chachi, mami. Everyone had a take on मेरे बच्चे का result क्या है, बच्चा क्या कर रहा है. 5 children will study together.
Yeah.
At one point, शाम को 5 से 7 बजे तक, everyone will study together.
Yeah.
Now that isn't there. There's one mother, one father, 2 children. They are studying. So that interaction, that learning in household has reduced. So parents have to be very active in ensuring that their child is learning and work in tandem with the school at times. With regards to COVID-19, we have arranged a lot of seminars, webinars for our parents to ensure that children are okay, because I feel I have handed my school children to my parents for 3 months. I want them back good and well, so we have ensured that we reiterate these points that I have given my child to you for 3 months forcibly, so I didn't want to give it to you for that long, and I want him back well. So I don't want any problems. I'm doing these seminars and webinars so that my mental health of my child, his academics, activities, curricular, constantly going on. Even in summer vacations, we had small sessions with our children to ensure that they had some kind of routine, because that lack of routine is a major issue. They will be sitting in front of TV. This Karnataka government order that virtual learning is banned. My first question to one of my friends was, what do you think they'll be doing if they're not on learning? Virtual learning, they'll be watching TV, they'll be on the phone.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
isn't it better, kid, that they learn rather than be on TV?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what I would like to say about that.
So, ma'am, you know that school anxiety is awful for children, and it's really heart-wrenching for parents. So, ma'am, do you think that getting tough is a good idea, or is it communication that is going to help more?
At initial stages, when we have children come in, say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a caring and staff is very important.
Yeah.
Know, even when you see younger children, they like school more if you have a caring and loving mother teacher. That's the concept most schools have, where there's a mother teacher who is basically a mother person in the school for 7 hours, and mothers the child, cares for the child, and understanding of those teachers for the children is a lot more than what understanding I would have from a one subject teacher in 12th class, 11th class. So it's very important to have a caring teacher at all levels. Don't just I would not discount that at 12th class a child doesn't need a caring teacher.
Yes.
They do need that, but there is a modicum of discipline that is also required in 12th class, because if we have a very carefree, laissez-faire attitude to learning, children will not learn. At the end of the day, we are children's friends, but we are also their educators. We are their teachers, and we have to maintain those boundaries of caring, loving, together with being a teacher, being someone they should respect because of what we do, being able to discipline them, being able to hurt. A lot of times, if you are too familiar with your children, that children don't listen to you. They think everything goes. So there has to be a modicum of discipline even at a primary stage, but not to the extent that we would probably notice, say, at 8th or 9th, and less so in 12th. We don't need to discipline children in 12th so much, because I presume they know that they have to learn to pass. If they are ill-disciplined, it is their learning that they're serving. But during those teenage years, there's a little bit more challenging to the boundaries that we notice, which needs to be disciplined.
Definitely, ma'am. So, ma'am, in the end, how do you see the changing scenario in school education? Like, should we expect a reformed education system in the post-COVID world, or like what's gonna come?
There is going to be reformed, education, means of education delivery. I don't know if a curriculum is going to change, because, maybe it is definitely going to be reduced, because that's what we hear from CBSE and NCRT. But, in terms of curriculum, I think we will need to be more intelligent how we deliver it. because initially there was a lot of delivery through rote learning, but we will have to move towards project-based learning. We will have to move towards these virtual means, and we have to enable our children to be able to use these means. We have to change as I don't think syllabus is going to change that much, but I think as teachers we need to change our delivery of how we deliver a lesson, and it has to be innovative. To when you sit in front of this screen for 45 minutes, it is quite boring. And I said to you that I will not talk for more than 20 minutes, but I guess we are slightly over it. But it is boring, isn't it? Frankly. So, I don't want my teachers to be boring lecture givers
Yeah.
consistently. I want them to be innovative. So we need to have, change the manner that we deliver our lectures, our lesson plans. That has to be changed, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking on this much needed topic. And I think with this hope, I just hope the parents will, try to understand these issues, and students will communicate more about their problem. I think with the teachers as well and with the parents as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think we can end the session.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much,
you so
Namisha. I
much,
really need to
ma'am.
thank you for giving me.
Thank you
Thanks
so
very much.
thank you so
All
much,
right.
ma'am, for joining the Ed Talks. And
Take care. Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am, please subscribe to the Entab CampusCare EdTalks for educational webinars. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
मेरी भी फोटो आ गई